Hi everybody, Andrea Carvin here at Inner Sparks Rehab Gym and Spa, and today I'm broadcasting from my home as enjoying the snowfall that's happening outside. So what we're going to be talking about today, as I am a coach and I help high achievers who are having a lot of difficulty and physical problems, create more health, wealth, success, and good lives. So we're going to be talking about creating habits that stick. And often when we're trying to create a new change, we think about what we want. Like we might see somebody playing tennis, for example, and let's say you wanted to learn how to play tennis, and you get motivated because you see these professional tennis players going out and doing so well. So I'd like you to think about what the end game is when you start to think about making a change in a habit, something new you want to bring into your life. And what is that? If I do this, then I will have what? Because a lot of what happens for us is we see this fabulous result, right? We see a tennis player who's winning games over and over, and you think, oh, I want to be like that. But what we don't see is what was necessary to create the conditions that allowed for that habit and those sequences of events to show up in a way that allowed that game to be won. So when I start learning to play tennis, if I want to start myself in a new sport and I want to set myself up for success, I can set myself up where I say, oh, I saw that tennis player. If she hit the ball at that point on the court, her opponent had a heck of a time learning how to send that back to her. Okay, or if she did it with that speed, her opponent. So I want to do that. So we go out and we hit the tennis racket, and of course it doesn't land that way. It may not have the speed. It may not hit the court on the same way. And if I keep just trying to do that, what's going to happen to my motivation? Okay, I'm going to not figure out how to do it. And then if I have somebody there saying, well, there's the spot, keep trying, keep hitting, there's only so many failures my brain is going to tolerate before it just goes, well, you're not learning this, and shut down. So there's another much easier way that we can start to engage when we are creating a new habit, and that is, let's say we go out and decide, all right, what is the first step I need to do to learn how to get the ball across the court? And I give myself the space that my first space is just to get the ball over the net. And I drop the ball and maybe I hit it 50% of the time I get the ball over the net. Well, I've had successes 50% of the time. How many of us, when we're starting to heal from something or recover from a chronic pain thing, or if our doctor tells us you need to exercise to get your blood pressure down, or you need to exercise because your sugar is borderline, or these things, how many of us then go out and start doing a huge amount and start making huge changes that we've never done and we haven't incorporated, and then we don't stick to it, not because there's anything wrong with us, but because we know that lifestyle change actually happens in a lot of small successes. It's not the big things. It's not reaching for that goal, or if we go and we join a program and we do it for 6 weeks, the goal is to make lifetime changes that keep us doing the activities that are most important to us. So when our goals, when we join a program, is that, oh, we're going to do this, and then when we're done, we go back to doing the things we were doing before, we're going to get the results that we did before. So this is the benefits of joining programs to help you learn the skills to do things, but it can also be the downside if your motivation is just to get to the end point, and once you're at the end point feeling like you're done and going back to the behaviors that we learned before. So we know that doesn't really work in creating habits. We also know that from the research is that creating new habits involves a lot of not successes. So people will repeat, trying to get to that goal, not necessarily making a success. So you could say, oh, they're not achieving it. But at the same time, if every time you circle through, you learn something new, that's really good too. So let's start with creating a new habit. I'd like you to finish this sentence. When I do something or learn something new, I do blank to start myself and set myself up to succeed. So fill that in. Think about that for today. What is it that I do to set myself up to succeed when I've made a change that's been successful and positive in my life? And we'll continue tomorrow. So that's what motivation is starting to pay attention to what I want and how I'm going to start to engage to set myself up to succeed and what's worked. All right. See you tomorrow, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.